Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the energy and the numerology for April 2021. First, I'll break down the numerology for April, and then I will dive into the energy forecast for your particular life path number. These are general readings. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Okay, so April 2021 is a 9 universal cycle. We haven't had one of these cycles in a while, so it's going to definitely be something we've been looking forward to, I think. We'll definitely be reaping some of the rewards that this energy can bring in. So 9 energy can bring about the closure or ending of a significant cycle within your life. So if there's an area within your life where you can feel things coming to a close, this may occur for you in April. Oftentimes, when this 9 energy comes around, we usually see endings or closure or things coming to fruition around things that we've been working on for quite some time. It can be around a relationship. It can be around maybe some kind of health concern that you've had or something that you've kind of been working on to do with your body or the way you present yourself. It can have to do with work projects, creative projects. I mean, really just anything that again, is just something you've been working on for quite some time or been dealing with for some time, or it's been, again, kind of coming up for quite some time. This can be coming to an end, to some kind of closure or fruition where you'll see things tying up very nicely. Sometimes they can end a little bit chaotically, a little bit abruptly. So it's not always necessarily tied up with a lovely bow, but a lot of times it is. It's something that we've been putting in a lot of effort in towards, we've been showing up for. It's something that's been on our plate to handle or deal with or overcome. And it's kind of like the universe is like, well done. It's kind of like graduating in a sense, where the universe is like, well done. You've done the work. Now here's the reward, and it's time for this to complete or come to closure. So oftentimes this closure, whatever it is, creates this beautiful space for a grand new beginning. And I want to make sure that you understood I said grand, including a brand new beginning, but a grand new beginning. This is creating the space for something big, something divinely timed. It's that cosmic, okay? So you may see gifts or rewards come your way at the closure of this cycle, whatever that is for you, because of the work and the growth that you've dedicated yourself to. Be open to receiving these much deserved gifts. You are worthy. And a lot of times it can be where that closure takes place, and it might feel like a loss or something that we need to grieve. And that's okay, because a lot of times, like I said, these are things that we've been energetically invested in. We've invested resources and time and whatever. We've just really been invested in whatever this is. And so when that comes to a close, sometimes there can be grief associated with that. And of course, we want to honor that. And we might not be able to fully recognize or see those gifts as they present themselves, but that's okay. The gifts will still come. And when we are ready, we'll be able to see them and then put them to use. So if you've put in the work, you've put in the effort, you've continued to show up, you've done, you've exhausted everything that you need to exhaust around whatever this life lesson is, around whatever this growth or expansion opportunity is, you will see some kind of reward from the universe. You will see some kind of gift come in. Even if you don't recognize it right away, you will be able to recognize it in hindsight, and then you'll be able to use that gift in your forward movement, in your propelling you forward in a beautiful way. So again, this energy is allowing things to tie up and close so that it can create that grand space for a beautiful new beginning. And with that ending will come those rewards, okay? 9 energy is that of the humanitarian. So during this time, during this cycle, you may feel called to find ways where you can be of greater service to those in need and how you can dedicate your efforts towards creating a better world to live in. This is beautiful energy and a great time to ask yourself whether your actions, your current actions, contribute to the harmony, balance, and good of all. Or do your actions focus more on the needs and the desires of only those whom you deem worthy? The energy of the 9 is vast, okay? It's expansive. It's without limits. So allow it to permeate your way of thinking to become much more open-minded, generous, and idealistic as opposed to being more cynical. Do something for another during this time in a state of gratitude for the blessings that you have received throughout your life. This is a great cycle to pay it forward, to, purchase the coffee for someone behind you in line, or the meal for somebody across the restaurant, whatever, or pay somebody's bill, or whatever the case may be, whatever speaks to you. But this is beautiful, beautiful energy of paying it forward, of creating that beautiful karma, or paying off those karmic debts. 9 cycles can be great for opening up to deeper innate gifts, including psychic abilities, intuitiveness, and vivid dream space. So this is going to be a time where you really want to pay close attention to your dreamscapes, to whatever comes in for you during dream time, during daydreams and night dreams. That's going to be the case always, but it is especially going to be true throughout April. So pay attention to those dreams that come in, write them down, try to work with them the best that you can. I do offer Dreamwork, so if that's something that you're interested in exploring further, I would love to work with you to pull those beautiful messages that are trying to come through for you so that you can work with them as you create this new beginning. During this cycle, creative powers, during this 9 vibration can be used to develop your artistic abilities that can be put to great use in the upcoming 1 cycle. So pay attention to any of those inspirations that come into you. They can, again, come in through dreams. They can come in through somebody saying something to you, or maybe you get a thought or an idea that comes in. This is a great time to get messy and play and be creative. And, you don't necessarily need to start whatever this new idea is, whatever this new goal is. This is going to be, again, a time for playing around and figuring out how you want to start that process. Because really, this is going to be the time or the energy around closure, completion, endings, things coming to fruition so that you can create that space for those grand new beginnings. And those new beginnings, a beautiful time to start those new beginnings is during a 1 cycle, which will be in May. So this is going to be a time for, really fostering that growth of those creative ideas, your creative talents, exploring your creative talents, see what speaks to you, what brings out your passion, and use that energy to sort of become the expert or to perfect some of those skills, right? Or to really flex that muscle so that when that 1 cycle comes in, that energy around that universal 1, when that comes in May, you're ready to hit the ground running, okay? You're ready for those big new adventures, those big new starts, okay? So beautiful, beautiful energy in April. Definitely, again, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to those things that are ending. And if you need to grieve that ending, then do so. Understand, though, that you, in allowing these endings to take place or to make space from these endings, you're creating an opportunity for something much more aligned, much more fruitful and bountiful to come your way. So it's really, really positive. It's really fantastic energy to work with. I'm really excited for April. Okay, life path number 4. Let's take a look at April. So I pulled an animal spirit card to get an overall energy for the month for 4s, and we got tiger spirit. And tiger says, you're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. And what's interesting is when I read that, what immediately came in is this energy around taking leadership within your own life. So if there's anything where it's like you've been overly dependent on someone, or you felt like somebody was taking your power away, or that somebody had unnecessary control over some part of your circumstances, this is going to be a time where you're going to feel the courage to be able to stand in your power and take the reins back within your own life and regain that control, okay? And provide that leadership in that way, right? Show others how you want to be treated by the way that you treat yourself. So I'm really getting that really, really strongly. On the flip side of things, it may be that you're actually quite literally being called to step into a leadership role, such as management or something like that. Or maybe, especially being 4 energy, it may be that you've been working for a company or something like that, and you want to branch off on your own. You want to start your own company, build something from the ground up that will be your legacy. So it's very possible that that could come in as well. But whatever it is, however it shows up, it is this energy of remembering that you are fully capable of stepping into this role, okay? So trust that. I broke April down into 4 weeks energetically. And so the first week, I'm seeing kind of this energy around the need for solidarity, but solitude, let's put it that way. Kind of going within that self-soothing kind of energy where it's like something is coming to completion at this time, and it feels pretty big. Again, we're in that 9 universal cycle of things coming to completion, and I feel like for you all, I definitely feel like you're going to see this right at the start of April. I mean, I feel like it's going to come in pretty quickly to indicate what this is, what needs to end, what's coming to completion, what you're ready to tie up, those loose ends and be done with it. And it doesn't have to be anything bad. Quite the contrary, it can be very, very fulfilling. You know, you can really reach a level of fulfillment with whatever this is closing out and ending. Again, it could be that you are ending a chapter with your career where you're done working for someone and you're starting your own business. But there is also this level of the need to sort of go into seclusion a little bit, like go into hermit phase just for a little while. It's almost like to sort of honor the completion, to integrate the completion. That's really the word I was looking for, the integration. I feel like that this is going to be a time for integration, and the only way to truly do that justice is, I think, having some alone time. If you can get a weekend away, if you have a family, or even a day or a few hours, whatever the case may be. I just feel like there's a need for some solitude at this time to really tap into your own energy, your own energetic field, where you're not picking up everybody else's energies. Just to sort of, again, to integrate this ending and to allow for the new space to open up for what's meant to come in, the new exciting endeavor that's meant to come in for you, or the gifts that are meant to come in for you upon this completion. So really getting that really strongly. Something is coming to an end. It's like a big finale, something like that, occurring towards the beginning of the week, but it's a really beautiful, for the most part, I think, beautiful ending. But you just need some time for the integration, okay, upon this completion. Then we move into the second week, and there's really this beautiful, fulfilling, just your heart filling up with love, joy, just your cup runneth over. This real energy of like the universe stepping in and granting you this beautiful gift, and it's bringing you a lot of joy and fulfillment. And yeah, it just feels really, really positive. Really, really, again, the word fulfillment keeps coming in really, really strongly. So some energy that you can be really proud of here. I do feel it's kind of like fulfillment, or again, the rewards for the effort put forth. So it's like whatever decisions were made, whatever actions were taken, whatever intentions you made, and then followed through with those intentions, there's like some kind of reward coming in for that. And it just feels like feeling really, really joyful and content over the outcome, which is really beautiful. So love that energy the second week. Very positive. If there's something that you want to do around the second week that sort of takes a lot of trust or surrender or a leap of faith, it's very, very supported. It's very supportive energy. So whatever you sort of begin at this time will bring you fulfillment and joy for the most part. Again, this is a general reading, but the energy is really beautiful. It's basically saying like whatever you start right now is very, very supported. So again, you're being called upon to provide leadership. So trust you're capable of doing that. And I feel like this second week, you're going to have an idea of like what that is. So again, anything you, for the most part, start this second week is very much supported. Then we move into the second or the third week. And what's interesting here, it's almost like you kind of have an idea of what you want to start, if there's something new that you want to start, or maybe you're stepping into that leadership role or whatever the case may be. But it's like there's this new opportunity, but with this new opportunity comes the need to sort of defend whatever this is. Like people aren't going to understand it. It's kind of like when we get a new idea, it's like hold it close to your heart, because while it's in that sort of inception phase, until we can start to move further along the road down and have more information, nobody's really meant to understand it yet. It's not at the phase where we're meant to start promoting it and getting support and all of that. So just be mindful of who you share this new opportunity with, this new idea, whatever it is, because there is some room here for judgment and unnecessary judgment, because again, it's sort of like at the inception phase, and it's your egg, it's your little seedling. And so you just need to nurture it before you share it with the world. It's not at that stage yet to be shared or to be judged or to be, for other people's input. So just be mindful of that. I do feel like if you are a little too open or share too openly about this idea, especially if it's sort of outside the norm, you could be met with some pushback. And if anything, that pushback could cause you to sort of derail your plans. And that's what I mean by it's like unnecessary, because it's not, you need to be following your own intuition, your own inner compass at this time. And if you put too much emphasis on what other people say when they don't fully understand what it is that you're trying to do yet, then it could derail you and prolong you initiating or starting whatever this is, if that makes sense. So again, it's kind of like some new idea, new inspiration comes in for you, and just again, hold it close to your heart, because it's definitely at that susceptible stage of like being overly criticized or overly judged by people who don't understand it just yet, and they're not meant to understand it yet. So again, it's kind of like just hold it close to your heart for right now as it sort of incubates and until you know the next steps. As we move into the fourth week, we have this energy of like, again, there's this like sort of legacy energy coming in, where it's like something that you're starting right now, something that you're on the precipice of starting potentially, has the potential to bring you a lot of security, a lot of stability, and build some kind of a legacy for you, something that's going to be very sound, very rewarding financially, materialistically, or even emotionally, I would say, and emotionally. So very powerful energy at the end of the month. And I think that this is going to be like, not necessarily like you getting to that point just yet where you're like obviously completing that legacy, but it's like you're standing on the cusp of starting that. But it's like you have a full idea of what that looks like. Maybe you don't have all the steps just yet or all the keys to the, all the pieces to the puzzle, but I feel like you have a very clear vision. And again, this is also tying in with Tiger Spirit of being called to provide leadership. So it could very much be tied in with that, where it's like you're being asked to level up, but like even skip some levels. And it may feel bigger than what you may feel capable of accomplishing, but just understand that you are the tiger and you are capable of accomplishing this. This is going to be something that's going to take time to do. It's like you'll be pulling from all of your resources, from your wisdom. The keys will come, the next steps will come for you. You will probably be asked to collaborate, but you will always need to follow that inner compass, that inner knowing of of which direction to take. But the universe is really supporting you at this time to build something solid, to build something that's going to withstand the test of time. Again, this is very powerful energy, and is very much coupled with, again, that feminine energy of intuition and really following your intuition, which will lead to this stability, this legacy for you. So this is really, really powerful energy. Again, you can kind of see like beginning of the month, we have some kind of completion. You're starting a new chapter. It's bringing you a lot of joy. I see a lot of joy and fulfillment. Then you're kind of starting, or the seeds are coming in for something new. It's like the inception of something that has the potential. You can see the potential for what this could bring you in the future. But again, hold it close to your heart, because at that inception phase is when it's the most vulnerable and where you could get the most sidetracked. So hold it close to your heart as you begin the process, and just know that whatever this is very much supported. And this is part of your legacy. This is part of your life's purpose. We show up for a purpose, or we're meant to, every single day. But this feels defining. This feels very much like something that your soul specifically signed up for in this lifetime, and has a tremendous amount of potential. And what I keep seeing is like, when you feel like you don't know the next step, just tune in to your intuition, to your inner compass, and allow the steps to unfold for you. Because again, this is something this is general reading, so it's going to not be for everyone, but for those of you that this is resonating for, this is going to be, again, part of that bigger life purpose for you. And the steps will unfold when they're meant to, just like the idea came in when it was meant to. So just trust yourself, trust the universe, trust those that you're meant to work with, and everything will unfold in the timing that it's meant to. But this is a really beautiful, powerful energy for April 4s. And I love to see this because I'm a 4 myself. So I'm really excited by this energy. But if you ever feel kind of like frustrated or unsure, or maybe lacking confidence, just remember Tiger Spirit. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. You're never going to be handed anything you're not capable of overcoming or seeing through to completion if you choose to do so. Okay? Powerful month in April 4s. I'm loving this energy. So I hope it's a beautiful April for you all. I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.